Good morning and welcome again to Crafty Tuesday, back in my dining room at my craft table, and it's lovely to have you all here. Thank you so much for all the lovely rainbows that you did last week. It was so exciting and so lovely seeing them all arrive and pop up on my mobile phone, and it really made me think that you were all with me last Tuesday. So, what we're going to do this week? This week it's butterflies. I've been making butterflies all week and trying to work out the best way to make a butterfly. And I've done all sorts of lovely butterflies. And what I want this week is I want to be as excited about the rainbows as I was about butterflies. And I'll show you one way of making a butterfly, but I've realised now that you're all so clever that you probably can make butterflies better than me. So here's my suggestion, but don't feel this is what you've got to do. Find a plate or a saucer or anything that's circular that you can draw around. Just remember that if you're doing this at home, check the table you're doing it on. Check with the grown-up that you live with that it isn't their best table. Don't start getting all the craft stuff out and annoying them and making them stressful, because it's hard living indoors, isn't it? We've been doing it for a week now and it can be a little bit stressful. So draw a circle, then find a pair of scissors. It might be worth it if you've only got little hands to get a grown-up to do it for you. But cut the circle out. Ever so simple. I couldn't believe how easy this was, really. I thought this was the easiest way to make a butterfly and got some really lovely, exciting results at the end of it all. So cut all the way around the circle, being very careful where you cut. And it's quite good if you just keep the little bit that you cut off, because you do need it a little bit later on. And you've got a lovely circle like that, and fold it in half. When you've folded it in half, you need to cut just across the side like that and turn it over and do the same on the other side. So what you'll end up with is something a little bit like that. And then in the middle bit, along where you're at the top, where it's folded over, you need to just cut like this. Just cut like that. So you've got a shape like that. You open it up and da-da! What have you got? You've got a butterfly shape. I've done one earlier as well, because I thought if this one goes wrong, what am I going to do? I'm going to look very, very silly, aren't I? Now, the next bit we have to do is decorate them. This one here I decorated by colouring it. I actually coloured it in rainbow colours because I was so inspired by your rainbows that I coloured it in rainbows. And this one here I just used felt tip pens on it. And this one here was a little bit more fun, but a little bit more messy. And I like to be messy. So what I'm going to show you is how I did the messy one. So I've got my paintbrush here. I thought I'd got another paintbrush actually. Let me have a look if I've got a better paintbrush than that. Yes, I have. There we are. And with my paintbrush, just go into the paint and you just go splodge, 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 splodge. Clean your paintbrush up. Go to another colour. You only do it on one side and you go splodge, 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 splodge. And you put a bit of yellow on it and go splodge, 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 splodge. So you don't have to be much of an artist to do this. And it isn't super, super messy if you're very careful. When you've done that, you've got it like that on one side and you fold over like that. Just press it down like that. Just make sure you've got it nicely pressed down. Then you open it up again. And there you are. Ta-da! Isn't that amazing? You see, it's what we call symmetrical. Because butterflies' patterns often are, aren't they? Butterflies are lovely creatures and often both sides are the same. You have to leave that to dry, which takes a little while, so put it somewhere very careful to dry. Again, check with the people you're living with that you haven't put it in the kitchen just as mum or dad are trying to cook for you. When you've done that, you have to do the middle bit, and it's the middle bit that's a little bit more fiddly, and that's why I told you to keep this piece of paper. I think, again, this is something you might have to get a grown-up to help you with, but you just cut a very, very thin piece of paper like that. So you've got a very, very thin piece of paper like that, and you just do that. You see what I've done? And then on there, you glue it on. So you can see how I've glued it on there. You glue it on, but you have to do it when it's dry. Glue it on. So you've got like this. This one isn't decorated, but I can do it after I finish this. And then you've got like the butterfly shape like that. I'll colour that one in later. And then if you want to, you can decorate it. You could put bits of glitter on it. You could put stickies on it. If you've got some stickers, I've got some stickers here somewhere. I'm not sure where they are at the moment, but I have got some lovely pretty stickers somewhere, and you can stick them on. Felt tip. There's so many different things you can do. And then after that, you can make it so it hangs up. If you've got a little bit of ribbon, you know, the ribbon that you put on parcels at home, or even string, and you can hang it up. Hang it up with your rainbow. Now, I wonder how many of you are going to send me your ideas of what you can do to make butterflies, because they're very, very lovely things, butterflies. I was in the garden only a couple of days ago with Father Paul, who's the person who's filming this, and we saw a beautiful butterfly in our garden. I ran in to get my camera, but sadly it had flown away. But we're very, very lucky to have these beautiful butterflies to remind us how beautiful God's world is. So carry on making butterflies, and let's see them all on my page, either on Crafty Tuesdays, Sunday School at Home, or St Paul's Facebook page. Thanks ever so much. Goodbye.